Morning all, guess what? We are out on this LXR-SE and it's the carbon edition. It's a bit of kit this. So let's start with the bike. LXR-SE down the side, Lextech logo at the bottom, carbon panel down here, carbon up here. And it's the fake carbon, it's not the real stuff, it's the fake carbon. Look at the stitching on that seat. And your pillion, slightly higher on the pillion. And it's got the red and black wheels, half and halves, and they do look good when the bike is spinning. So get a check of that from the front. You got your eagle eye, and then you got your two halo lights at the bottom. Disc brakes front and back, but from a distance that looks like a big boy's bike. Definitely looks like a 400cc, but not, believe it or not, it's a 125. Yeah. Now getting in to check it, oil's down there, very easy to get into. Brake fluids, coolants, everything's there just where you want it. And tube frame as well. Stainless steel system through it. You can't get better than one of these. I absolutely love these. These are my favourite LXR bike. Oh, and it's exceptionally cold this morning. We're down at RB Bridge, or Graffiti Bridge as I call it, where we do all the rev bombs and everything, and loads of graffiti and tags everywhere. Nothing like Graffiti Bridge down in Peterborough, but let's get on the bike. Now, it's a side stand only, and it does lean over to the side. Now, 32-inch leg, and I am just about flat-footed, but God, it's high in the seat on one of these. Now, when you kick that dash in, look at this. Full colour TFT. Keep your eye on that dash, because we're under the bridge. So this is your night time mode. Got your coolant temperature, your fuel, time, your voltage is all down there as well. 12.3 volts, rev count across the top, miles an hour, gear indicator, and all your telltales pop up here and here. Little short screen on it, mirrors, nice and wide. They're like little butterfly wings, or butterfly ears as I call them, antennas. Get an earful of that sound though. Sounds very, very good. Now keep your eye on that dash, because as soon as I roll out, this is in nighttime mode because it's obviously picking up the dark under the bridge. As soon as I get it in gear and roll out, watch that dash. It will pick it up. There we go. And it goes back into white. Now you can set the dash up on these different modes. I like it like this. It's probably one of the better dashes. But these LXRs do sound very potent. Now I've got the visor up at the moment. I've got a face full of cold air. So the visor will be going down shortly, but doesn't it sound good? 6-speed box on this. Right, visor down. Iridium screen on this morning. They reckon it's going to brighten up this morning. I hope so, because I am absolutely frozen, and I've got 3 layers on and thermals, and it's still cold. It's about 6 degrees this morning. It's horrendous. Now, we abandoned the ride on this yesterday because it was absolutely hammering down the rain. And Phil said to me, "You're not riding? You got your wet weather gear?" No. Brand new bike, fresh tyres, and the roads are covered with a sheen. The roads were glowing yesterday, all the dirt and all the crap everywhere. Wasn't going to risk it on new tyres riding in rough conditions. I could have done it, and I probably would have done it safely, but I abandoned for the sake of this morning. It saves me having to clean it as well. Rev matching down. Oh, frog in the throat as well. I need a coffee. I was just finished the Echo ride, so I was going to shoot into the garage, change bikes and have a coffee, but I've literally jumped straight back on this and get all my rides out the way. Saves getting frozen twice. I might as well just stay cold and just get out and shiver and get the rides out the way. I've got one to do, But that is just a quick one round the block on the Barletta. But how good do these ride? Believe me, once you've got the tyres done and all warmed up, they handle exceptionally well. It handles like a proper sports bike, and I've spent nearly 30 years on sports bikes. I absolutely love these. Overtake this on a track day. It wouldn't get very fast around the track, but it would look the part. And then once you get the power on, obviously I am restricted to 40 to 45 mile an hour because it's a brand new bike for the customer Luke. I think it's this one's Luke's anyway. We have got so many bikes going out, I lose track of who these bikes are for. But this one's going out to the customer that ordered the LXR-SE. And he is going to love this. It is a bit of kit. Now, after his previous bike got oiked by a couple of hoodlums, this one has a tracker on it. Hey. Well, we know all about trackers, don't we, RB? Yes, we do. They are very, very good. So, the tracker on this is a Stealth S5. Now, the guy that comes to fit them, our alarm guy, is very good at what he does. And we normally put him in the MOT bay for the bikes. If I've got no MOTs on, off he goes. He dismantles the bike, hides the tracker right out the way, so no one knows where it is, not even me. But normally I know where they go, and I found it in about 5 minutes. But if you're a little oik, you ain't going to get that off of there. Now, it works on GPS. Comes with a key fob, and you can also link it to your phone. So if you've got Android or you've got Apple, there is an app for the trackers. Save you carrying the key fob, where you link the app to your phone, like I've done on mine. So the GTR's got one on. If the bike happens to move and your fob or phone are not in distance, the tracker will arm. You normally get an alert. That's how it works. Or your bike gets stolen, you notify tracker, they go and find it. I think it's about 97% success rate at finding these. So it is well worth every penny of the investment. Now, obviously I set mine up totally different, and keep forgetting that when I move my bike in and out, turn the damn tracker off. So very good bit of kit for the money. And I would say anybody buying a bike, with the amount of bike thefts we have at the moment, get a tracker on your bike for 350 quid. They're damn good money. And the only thing you have to pay, obviously, is the subscription fee. But good investment. Chains, disc locks, anchors and all that are a good deterrent, but if someone's convinced they're going to have your bike away, nothing in the world will stop it. And there is a video that is circulating around on TikTok and YouTube at the moment of some little oiks trying to nick a BMW R1200 GS or GS 1200 big adventure bike. It's got big disc lock on the front, it's got a big disc lock on the back, and they're in the middle of a high street with sledgehammers trying to hammer off the disc lock, and people are just walking past them. When they do get challenged, 3 of them jump on the same bike and off down the road. But there's about 20 members of the public that just totally ignore it. And I say, if an hoodlum wants a bike, he will have it. But if you've got a tracker on it, they're not going to know. And they're going to get nicked. Good. And I can't voice my personal opinion what I would do, but there you go. So trackers, good investment. And if you want any advice on trackers, a good one to talk to is Andy GSA Tractor. He knows all about them. He's got one on his GSA 1250. Very good bit of kit. So good investment, guys. Anyway, LXR-SE, what's it riding like? It rides absolutely lovely. Loving this ride. Sitting at 41 mile an hour, nice and steady. Very easy to look down, look at the clocks, see what you've done, and your odometer's down there. 4.7 in at the moment. We've got another load of test rides still to do. So normally we put 2 test rides on every bike. So it's had the PDI, everything's on it, L plates are on the front, that's tucked down there at the bottom of the screen. All we've got to do now is ride test it. This is the first ride, then it comes in, it's going to have a QC, so which is quality control bulk check, and check all the operations of everything, including clutch, brakes, tyre pressures, everything. Once it's done that, out for the final test ride with me, we register the bike, give the customer a call, your bike is ready, this is your handover date, and he come and collects, or has it delivered. And believe it or not, we were talking 125s, quite a few customers said, oh yes, but Chinese bikes aren't all that. They are. The quality of Chinese bikes has really come up. Yes, there are still some rough companies about, but if you look at Lexmoto, on the 125 market, and you say to everybody, what's the best 125, and they all go, oh, it's going to be the Yamaha YZF or a Honda CB. Yes, they're a good bike, can't knock them. But the biggest selling bike last year, believe it or not, and it has been for the last 3 years, is the LXR. Why? Because it's a renowned good bike. The price is set up nicely, it's a really good price as well, and if you look after it, it's reliable. The people that normally complain, oh, my bike's doing this, my bike is doing that, are the people that haven't maintained it. They're not checking their oil, water or tyre pressures, and they're just riding it on a daily basis and not even keeping it clean or servicing it at the correct time or running the bike incorrectly. If you look after the bike, it will look after you. If you're just going to treat it as your daily ride and just rag it from A to B, it's not going to last you 5 minutes, and that's when you start getting all the problems. So Chinese bikes are reliable, and nearly everything comes out of China, even the big brand bike parts. Yes, I know. So if you're thinking of oh, my Honda engine, oh yeah, but that's got a Chinese engine, everything is copied now. So even the Aprilia engines are being copied now by the Chinese dealers. Very similar engine. And some of the Chinese parts actually do go on the big brand bikes. Now, for instance, and people are going to say, no, it's not. You've got Chinese and Japanese parts, everything's different, the Chinese is just a poor copy. No, it's not. So, I can give you a little story while I'm doing the test ride. My GTR 1400, the gear position selector switch is playing up, and you've probably seen that on a couple of runs where I'm going down the A5 and it's jumping 4, 5 overdrive, down to 1, up to 4, down to 3, up to overdrive, jumping all over the place. When you put it in neutral and you drop the side stand down, the bike cuts out, what it shouldn't do. And it's down to that selector switch. Now, I phoned Kawasaki. They wanted £96 for the switch. I'm like, oh God almighty, horrendous price, and it's literally a little connector with 2 wires. £96. On the Kawasaki forum, one of the guys said to me, have you tried a company called AliExpress? What are they like? Well, they're like sort of a Temu, Amazon shop, but they're called AliExpress. You can get some great bits from AliExpress. And you get a lot of BMW GS parts from AliExpress at half the price. So of course I go on AliExpress, Kawasaki gear position indicator switch. There it is, £24. That's got to be a copy. Alright, well, we'll risk it. 24 quid's 24 quid. If it doesn't work, then I will go to Kawasaki and I will spend 96 quid. Right, let's just double check both ways because they come around that corner in the woods. We're good to go. Back down the other side. So the switch arrives from AliExpress. Lo and behold, it's in a Kawasaki box with a Kawasaki part number. And I'm thinking, hang on a minute, have they sent me the wrong part? It's meant to be a copy. So I found Kawasaki's. Can I check this part number? Yeah, give them the part number. Yeah, it's the gear position switch. That's the one, mate. Yeah, and it's 96 quid. Yes, it is, Dave. Alright, well, I've just been on AliExpress and I've just paid £24 for it, including delivery. Oh yeah, we buy them in at 24 and sell them out at 96. And how can you buy them in at 24 quid? So obviously AliExpress have got found where the suppliers coming from and bought them. And if they're buying them in at 24 quid, how are they making any money? But it works, yes. Put the part on, it works. I now have a gear position indicator. I can put the bike down in neutral. Hey! For 24 quid. So, out the same factory in China, and lo and behold, Kawasaki are using that part and marking it up massively. And you tend to find that with your big bike dealers or your main brand dealers, their margins, they will put 100% margin on a part. Kawasaki put like 300% margin on it. So just careful of what you buy. Main dealer parts are good, but there's probably someone somewhere that is doing the same part for about half the price and it is going to be just as good. So that knocks the myth of Chinese parts are rubbish. Right, plenty of mileage in. We've done the hill climb. We're at 43, giving it its little burst of speed. We're heading back to the garage now. Warm the fingers up and have a cup of coffee. Oh yes, please. So test ride over for the customer, and one more to come. This is a gorgeous bike, I tell you, and the suspension on this is adjustable. Nothing better than setting your suspension up, and with that seat it just tucks you up. Now looking down there, look at those gold tops, and I'm not talking milk bottles. Look at those gold things. They are adjustable, so you can dial up the suspension. So adjustable front suspension, inverted front forks, race forks on these, TFT dash. And what's better, this one or the LXR? I do like the blue and white LXR, it's my new favourite colour. I used to like the black one, I now love that blue and white and black one. But if I had the choice, LXR-SE for the extra couple of £100 that it is, I would have this every time. The carbon just sets it off. The TFT dash, it feels like a big boy bike. It really does feel like I'm riding a 400. The ride position is absolutely lovely. It's not that achy on the wrists. It's very comfortable. Suspension is hard, but it's a sports bike. The suspension's designed to be hard. It's not designed to be a soft cruiser type suspension. So it rides absolutely good. I can feel the road, everything coming up through the handlebars, which is just what you want. You want to be able to read what the road is telling you. Apart from when, obviously, when you hit a pothole or a bump. But this bike is just the bees and knees. So back to the garage we go. If you enjoyed the test ride, guys, like, share, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of this. As always, give us the thumbs up, tell your friends. We will see you on the Wednesday night live streams for Peaky, the midweek mumble. My Friday night live stream, whatever you're doing, come and join in on that. Come and have some fun with the boys. And just to remind you, November the 19th, we are coming up to the bike show at the Birmingham NEC, where we're going to be joined by quite a lot of the Motovlog community. So if you fancy meeting RB, Zhead, Peaky, Probably Rhythmic, Uncle Red and all the boys, and Lockwood probably coming down from Scotland with all the guys. There's your vlogster and Mark and everybody. Come and say hello to us. We shall be bringing some merchandise. But until the next time, be well, ride safe, and from RB, it's a big goodbye from me.